Hello fellow shiny lovers, this is the Intrinsic Trader. Today we're going to talk about ticker symbol AG, First Majestic Silver. Now before we get into the actual stock, I just want to make clear I'm not a financial advisor. All these things I say here are my own opinions, so make sure you do your own research beforehand. And also, just to be clear, I do own a long position in the stock. So with those two things said, let's go ahead and get into the actual analysis. So the last week was pretty sweet. We had a nice gap up, and on the final day of the week we had a big run up to close it off. But I want to go ahead and touch on this resistance level right here, this descending resistance. Now we've been hit by this resistance for about 2 months now, and every time we hit it, it's been a drastic sell-off. We had two instances, one here and one down here, where we had a false break above, but it quickly sold back, and actually both those weeks we ended up fairly red. But this last week we had something interesting happen. Not only did we open above that resistance, but we actually just kind of bounced off it and then went straight up to the high. Now, it didn't happen all at once. We had a bit of consolidation below this resistance level at the time, but on Friday we saw a nice surge in volume coming and we had a break above this level. So to me, that could be an indicator that we are seeing a break from this huge downward selling trend that we've been in for the last 2 months, and we might finally be breaking out of that into something that could be considered more neutral or bullish. Now for next week, I think we could have a very nice setup coming up. If we open the next week above this level of support at 1271 and then continue to go up just a little bit even, we're going to create an instance where we are breaking above a trend line, we're opening above a support level, and we are creating a new high. All three of those things to me could signal a very nice momentum play, even if it's just a temporary play to help bring us up to around the previous high that we were having over here at around 1410, 1411. If you look down here at the MACD, I hadn't mentioned this yet, the MACD is in negative territory still. We are at negative 0.65. It's probably not as bad on the daily chart, but I like to look at the weekly chart because I'm more of a long-term kind of trader for these kind of swings. And we are not that close yet to a convergence. Like the signal line is still at around 0, and we still need to see a bit of an upswing before this bullish convergence happens. Now, if we have this scenario I was talking about earlier where we break up and test this 1410, 1411 range, then we're probably going to see this curve enough to where you can kind of see a crossover happening. So that could get rid of that one bearish indicator we have. But next week, I think, could be very important. If we see a really good week, I think that could be a strong signal for a reversal. And that about wraps up my analysis for ticker symbol AG. If you liked what you saw here, please do leave a like. It'll help me grow the channel. And thank you very much for watching.